When you open up the app, you'll see 3 buttons. Each one is a different game. I think 3 is the maximum that we will get a volunteer to record, but I can add more lawns there, either if the volunteers are capable or if people want to use the app for grander purposes. So when we go in, the simplest thing we can do is score. If we're only going to score, it's a good idea just to switch position off. That will tell the system that you're not interested in recording the position, just score. The score is modified by using the plus key. After you've clicked on a particular ball, it understands AC talk, so it understands 1 back and 2 back and peg and box. It understands the concept of a striker, so the white circle indicates that this is the striker ball. If I make the black the striker ball, that now has the white circle over it. In order to save this score, all I have to do is press this countdown save icon up here. That information has now been sent to the database and is highlighted in the commentary booth. And the time since I last did it is continually incrementing. So if a little bit later the red ball had gone to 3 back and I press this, it was a very fast break, it only took 18 seconds. That's now updated and the counter restarts. In order to save the position as well, you'd switch the position on. So from now on, whenever we click on the save button, we're going to be saving this position. And because we're saving a position, context is important. So when we save it, there's an opportunity to say something about it. You might want to say at what position the break started. This position might be the result of a breakdown. There's just a couple of little things that would really help the commentary team understand the context of the position that we're going to save. So you don't have to record anything, you can just click submit and that will just save the position as it is, obviously with the score. Now this position is saved on each of the lawns, of course, so as we go to lawn 2, which hasn't started, lawn 3, which hasn't started, go back to lawn 1, that position is saved. If we want to make the position highly nuanced, so it might well be that there's a leave, for example, where the blue ball is right over there and the red ball is right here. We want to capture the precise location of that. So what we do is we click on there, and instead of placing the ball, we click on this plus sign, and that now gives us a zoomed in view. So we can actually really just place that red ball right next to the hoop, and maybe let's put the yellow ball right on the other side of it. And when we go out of that, of course in this scale, they look as if they're on top of each other. But when we view that in the commentary booth in the 3D modeling, then we'll actually get that full impact of the intricate position of those balls. Now, what you don't really need to test so much is the annotation for the lawns, because although I've got this thing in here which enables us to say that Gareth is playing Greg on this particular lawn and they're playing with the primaries, and we save that, whereas on lawn 2 we've actually got a game of doubles and we've got 4 players on here, and when we save that, that will go to the database and of course indicate which players are there. Now the reason why you don't really need to test that is twofold. The first is that first of all, I will enter this in by and large for the testers, for the volunteers, and secondly, at the moment, because I've only got everything on landscape mode, it's really painful to use the keyboard because it sort of cuts off everything halfway. So I need to master how to allow everything to rotate as you do on an iPad and iPhone, um, and that'll be in the next release. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. These two buttons here don't work. This one is going to set an automatic time interval for saving, and this one is going to set a relative size of the balls. So at the moment, the balls on the screen are sort of, they're what they are. Some people would prefer them bigger. Even now, they're massive in comparison to life size. Conversely, or similarly, they might want a different sort of zoom level for this, different grid lines. So we'll have some options on there for people to be able to place the balls um, with a precision and scaling that they most like. Okay, what I'll do in a subsequent little video is show you how the information from here would appear in the commentary booth. And of course, later on, if the app is successful, it's how it would appear if people wanted to go over it on another computer.